Hi everyone, and today we are going to implement an animation to our game and also a movement by clicking of left mouse button. So let's go. And first of all, uh, I did some changes in layout of different Unity um, tabs. I put my game tab here to the right corner, and before we didn't work with the main camera, I will reset it to show what I did. So uh, in the beginning you have your main camera on position 000 and you have such a great view. But if you would like to have a main camera on the same position like in your scene, you should choose your main camera. In the hierarchy, go to game object, and here click to align with the view, and voila, we have two um, identical views in a scene and in a game as well. uh, we will work with the camera in the next video, so for today it's it's enough for us. Okay. Also, I noticed that in previous video I just forgot to delete an animator from my pirate prefab, so I did it here. Um, so I did it now. I deleted, and another mistake which I did is that, yeah, you could see I remove it. Another mistake which I did is that as you remember, I correct a capsule collider in a scene, like for this player instantiate, but I should did it in player prefab here, so I did it correct now, and that should be fine. Okay, and for implementation of the movement, first of all we should add um, navmesh agent. So go to window, AI, navigation. I will put it here, and then we should add navmesh agent to our player. I will do it through character again because another our uh, characters will move as well. So add component navmesh agent. Perfect, and we could check that our player now has navmesh component as well. Yeah, that's correct. And another thing is we should add uh, oh, I already did it as well, I'm sorry. We should add this navmesh surface to to our terrain. What is this navmesh surface? Actually, it's a map which shows us where our player could walk. If I will show my navmesh agent, so this the whole blue area is where my player allowed to where is allowed it to walk. I'm not pretty happy with this roof, but I think it doesn't matter for now, uh, because we will not jump or something like this. And yeah, I'm not pretty satisfied with this roof as well. So just let's maybe improve this minimum area to 20, and let's check. Nothing happened. Why? uh, 100. Nothing happened as well. Doesn't matter. As I said before, I'm not really. It doesn't really matter because we will not jump in our game. Okay, if I will have any problem with it later, I will just correct it. And let's turn off this showing of nav mesh. And another thing which I would like to do is correcting of this base offset of nav mesh agent on our player. If I will hit a play button right now, you could see that our player in the scene will go a little bit higher. Yeah, he's like in the air. So let's look. For example, I could correct the collider, but I'm not sure if this will help me. Yeah, I was in the play mode, so uh, it doesn't work. Yeah, and once again, let's check. Let's change this collider in our prefab. Okay, but I'm not sure that it will solve our problem. Yeah, because the problem is in NavMesh base offset, as I said before. Oh, so let's tune it in play mode, and then we will just set the right parameter. So if I will change my base offset to the 0.5, for example. No. So minus 0.05 is okay for me. So I'll just copy that, go back to scene mode, and I will change these in our prefab as well. Okay, so now everything should work correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty fine with it. Okay, so now let's add an animation to our game. For this purpose, I found some free RPG animation in Unity Store, so let's open it in our project. And I will put it to imported asset. And as I could see, we have some uh, important message here. To check what's happened, we should. Oh, it's not an input, but input. To check our important message, we should go to this animation and, for example, look to the jump animation, and we here in inspector there is some important message for us. We should activate DOF on avatar. How to do that? And why we should to do that? The problem is that this animation needs to be more mm, needs more smoothly translation between different movements than normal, and we should change a little bit our avatar for this case. So go to the character sources. Here's our prefab of a pirate, and in rig we should go to configurate, masculine settings, and here translation DOF. Just go to apply and done. That should help us. We'll see. Okay, and let's go back to our imported asset. Let's look what we have here. Movement, jump. I don't. Okay. So, let's create a new folder. Animation. And here let's create an animator controller, and I will name it character controller. And in our character, in a controller, let's let's put this character controller. And like an avatar, for now I will put here this pirate avatar. Okay. And yeah, on our player everything worked correctly. Let's look closer to our character controller. Just double click on it and we will see here an animator tab. If you don't have it, go to the window, animation, animator, and you will get it as well. So now just right click on this field and create state from new blend tree. I will call this blend tree movement. And here I will rename this for forward speed. And for now we don't have any animation in our blend tree, but let's change it. Add motion field. We will have a 3 animation, and I'll idle. I'll need idle animation, then just run forward, this one, and last one will be a sprint animation. Okay, And also we should uh, I'm not sure if it will work with these animations, but let's check. If I will just disable this automate threshold, and I will from velocity Z. Yes, it doesn't work, but doesn't matter. So let's on our animation, and yeah. Uh, then in our script we will work with this forward speed, and as you could see, when we increase it, we change our animation from idle through run to sprint. Perfect. Oh. So, and let's do the final part. It's scripting. I already add this script to our game just to save a little bit more time, but I will explain you what I did. So I create a new folder script, and here I create new mono behavior script. And before I will explain it, let's go to our um, character prefab and um, just add this movement script. Okay. What we have here, first of all, we declare our navmesh agent component, and then in a start method we get a reference to it. This is this component which we have added to the player, this one. So we just like get an access to it. And then in update, which runs every frame, this method runs every frame, we are checking if our left mouse button is pressed, and if it's pressed we move to mouse position, and also we update animator later. Let's look closer to our move to mouse position method. In this method we work with the raycast, uh, with the ray which which create an like invisible ray from our mouse position, and if our mouse will hit any game object in a game, it will have a reference in this hit point. And for example, when we will click somewhere on our map, this method will get a reference of the position to hit point, and will tell our navmesh agent that this is our destination and we should move to it. And the last method is update animator method, where we work with our navmesh agent again. We should get velocity from it. Navmesh agent work with velocity, which is not just like a speed of our movement, but also a direction of our movement. And then we should transform our global velocity of navmesh agent to local velocity. Why we did it? Because most of animation works with local velocity, so to work with it correct we should have a local velocity, and also we will get speed from it, and then we will tell our animator component which we have on our player to set uh, movement speed, uh, like this speed, and that's all actually. So let's check if it will works. uh, we are moving, but we have some problem with the animation. So yeah, mm, be careful how you name your variables, because in the script I used movement speed, but here I have a forward speed. So we should change one of them to the same name. Let's check it now. Not so bad, but I think we have here a few more problems, and I will just tune it. The first problem is that when I click somewhere, it takes a lot of time to rotate our player to the right direction. So let's look where we could change it. This will be this angular speed, so let's increase this dramatically, for example, for 1000. I think it's much more better. And also let's increase this acceleration. Let's check it, 50. Yeah, I think I will change an animation later, but it works, and that's important. So I think that's all for today, and in next video we will implement Cinemachine camera, which will follow our player everywhere. So have a nice day.